Nom 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 nom. Delicious. Delicious. Well, I'll just wait for everyone to actually get on first of all, I think. As there's a little bit of a delay with adverts and whatnot. So, give me a second. Thank you for joining me if you're already here. Awesome to have you. Ndingo Show, I have already. I did the Qantas version. So I have already done it. Hello, Megs. Hi. What is the time? Just gone 11. 2 minutes past 11. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. We'll wait for people to get in here. I'll tell you about my week. Charlie's not with us today. She's out of the house doing a car boot sale. Awesome to have people. Awesome to have people. Now, I have turned on subscribers only chat. So if you do want to add to the conversation, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, please. Make sure you hit the like button down below and share if anyone wants to come and join. Share with your mates. Oh. 8:02. So yeah, it should be Sydney and Melbourne should be 8:30. 8 o'clock. Just gone now. Adelaide should be 7:30. Over on the west coast should be, I think, about 6 p.m. And over here in the UK it is 11 a.m. Bit of a time difference, obviously. So the video I put on today was obviously the I Am Australian video. I had actually filmed that about 2 weeks ago, but obviously it got picked up for copyright. So a claim has gone in, and basically they have 30 days to either accept it or reject it. I would like to think I have added a lot of my own content to it, so I think it deserves to be classed as reaction, as in... Yeah, it should be dismissed, the claim. Fingers crossed. Now, I found out about Judith dying yesterday, and I thought, okay, I have to upload it. Whether it's copyright claimed or not, I think I had to upload it because, I think I was fairly respectful. I think it was honestly such an awesome, moving song that I think I had to upload it. And I think that timing was perfect. I do think the timing was perfect. So that's why I uploaded it. But I had actually done it 2 weeks previous. Right, I'm going to say some hellos. Hi, Chandler, Megs, Mandy, Nugget and Brooks, Julian. Hi, Julian. Cal, Christine, Barry, Anthony, Wombat Little One. Dingo, Scott, hi Scott, hi Hannah, hi Mark. Amazing to have everyone here. Awesome. What is up? Oh, nothing. Awesome to have everyone here. Hi Daniel. Just wait for more people to join and then we'll get on with... hi Ryan, Blair. We'll get on, we'll tell you about my day and then we'll see my week, and then we'll get on with wherever the chat takes us. Wherever the chat takes us, which I'm not sure where it will take us today, because each time I've done one of these, the conversation has gone a bit weird and a bit, well, not what I thought it would. Guys, there's 43 people in here now at the moment. Make sure you hit that like button down below. It'll only take you a second. It's just down there. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I've got subscriber mode only on, so you need to obviously subscribe to be in the conversation, and it is awesome to have people in the conversation. I got a feeling We're going to have plenty of chat today. Plenty of chat in the comments. I need you guys to make this stream what it is because you create the subjects, okay? You create the subjects. Right, let's get on to what I've done this week. Now, I say quite an exciting week. We are possibly going to get an electric car. So Charlie's got about 4 months left to pay off her car. And yeah, she's got about 4 months left to pay. And we got solar panels the other week. We thought, I really like to get an electric car. Now, it'll be mainly Charlie that drives it and me driving it every so often. So, on Tuesday, I went and test drove a Tesla Model 3. And oh my God, Tesla Model 3, it was 0 to 60 in 0 to 60 miles in 3.1 seconds, I think. Oh my God, it was incredible. Thank you, Blair. It was incredible driving a Tesla. However, I think it will roughly cost about £50,000 to get a brand new one. That is way too much money. If only I made more money, because I don't earn enough to pay to get a Tesla. Or at least if I did get a Tesla, it would put me in slightly more financial difficulties than I need to be. So, when was it? Friday. So 2 days ago, Friday. I went and test drove a Cupra Born electric, which is a hatchback. It's about £10,000 less, about £40,000-ish. And it was, 0 to 60 in, I think, 6.6 seconds. Still very quick, because with the electric cars, no, I'm not getting a bloody hybrid. Hybrid, oh no. You either do it or you don't. Hybrid is a cop-out. Sorry, Cal. Hybrid is a cop-out. So this, the Cupra Born, actually really nice. It was sporty, it was quick. And the good thing about the electrics are, you don't go through the gears. So you get to that speed a lot quicker. Oh, that was good fun. That was good fun. So that's sort of been what I've been up to. No football coaching this week because it's the summer holidays now. Still been walking dogs. Yeah. Always miles per hour. Yeah, miles per hour, Ryan. So the idea is, hi, Steel Fabric. The idea is, and this is, and as I said, a hybrid is still going to be using a combustion engine. I want to get away from a combustion engine. Okay. I've got solar panels. We could probably, if you get the right mileage, you could probably get away with only charging it once a week on the solar. So we could get away possibly, if we get one, we could possibly get away with actually not having to pay anything for fuel, for electric. So yeah, I'm certainly along the lines of going electric, and that would be cool. With the price of petrol and diesel and you think of the MOT and the servicing and repair costs, it is just insane. It really is insane. So, yeah. So that's where we're looking at the moment. Hi, Sal. Cal, I don't necessarily agree with that though. That an electric car will be good for a small country like England, but not Australia. How far are you people driving every day? You do know there's probably chargers. They do have chargers. I don't know. Yeah, but you said, okay, obviously some places, yes, not good, right? Obviously some places, if you're in the middle of nowhere, possibly not great, right? But how far does the average person, even in Australia, actually drive? In England, people don't drive more than 100 miles a day. People don't. And I'm sorry, if you're in the city, Sydney, Melbourne, wherever, Adelaide, Brisbane, how far are you driving? So, yeah. So I think even then it's still practical. You know, Charlie, I think, drives about 40-mile round trip to work. Not bad. Oh, I'm not saying you don't. Yeah, I'm not saying, but yeah. Don't know. So, yeah, so there's that. So I've been looking at electric cars, and they're cool because they are quick. Electric cars, especially the new ones, decent mileage, quick. Very, very good. Blair, I can say 300 kilometres, doable, mate. The Cupra Born, the long range one, does. It says 340 miles on one charge. 300 kilometres is about 150 miles, so ish, give or take. Anyway, yeah, fast, like shit off a shovel, as they say. Hi, Srimuch-chan from Cambodia. Exciting. Where are people from? Where are people from today? Cambodia, that's a new one. That is awesome. I like to see that. I like it when we get people from around the world. That is brilliant. Jules, hi Jules. Jules is from Western Australia. Not very specific. Whyala. Hannah is being very, very vague. Sydney. Sal, you're like, there's if we're still on the car thing, there is a reason why they do an 8-year battery warranty, because they know the battery is going to last well past an 8-year. So the battery thing is a bit of a myth now, sadly. New Zealand, I didn't realise, Mex, you were from New Zealand. Newcastle, Australia, obviously. New South Wales. $90 miles, that's still fine. They do well more than that. Canberra, Melbourne, Sydney, Dallas, Chandler. Oh yes, Dallas, Chandler's for Dallas. It's early for you, buddy. Adelaide. We've still got people coming in. Awesome to have more people. South Australia. Okay, so Mandy is in 3 places all at once. Yeah, but Barry, combustion engines are carrying a flammable liquid as well. That's crazy to think. Oh, man. Anyway, another Newcastle. Aaron, I didn't watch this year's State of Origin because 2 of the games are on a Wednesday when I'm working, and the other game was when I was working on a Saturday. Well, you don't do many miles, Cal. If you've had your Hilux for 10 years and it's only done 100,000 miles, you don't do many miles. 10,000 a year. Perth, Hobart. Hobart. Excellent. Thanks, Kerry. We do plan on coming to Hobart when we come down. Fingers crossed. Well, I can tell you that if we're still on the cars, Tesla has been guaranteed for 1 million miles. So the batteries. So, you know, I would take that 1 million miles and run with it. St. Helens. Baruga. No, I just love some of the names. This is why I'm asking. This is why I'm asking some of the names. Okay, well, Karen, there is no point in you having a Jeep. 6 years and you've done 43 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers. Ryan, I have, and I will give you a good video if you like. I actually did it. I I will give it. Now, obviously, at the moment, it's using diesel, petrol, whatever, diesel to make, and whatnot, to make these things like solar panels and electric cars and whatnot. However, it's using a hell of a lot less than it is to run a petrol car, a diesel car, to run industries that require diesel and whatnot. Hell of a lot less. So I understand the stigma, the worry, but it's just not true. Sadly, it's just not true. I'm going to find the video now. Here you go. I'm going to share this. This is a brilliant video. Whether or not people will watch it, it's up to you. But yeah, I just think people have read too much on Facebook, sadly. Gawler, South Australia. Freezing your butt off, Samantha. It can't be that cold, surely. Can't be that cold. That makes sense, Karen, to be fair. Yeah, that does make sense. A lot of people who drove with the lockdowns, yeah, their cars would have held some good value, wouldn't they? Because they didn't drive them. And they're, such low mileage on some of these cars. Oh, cow, you've been driving bad. Naughty, naughty. Just to be fair, 6.5 degrees is still quite cold, Samantha. I wouldn't like to be around in 6.5 degrees. So, I do feel for you if it's that cold. The interesting thing, though, Ryan, is actually in the UK, pretty much all of our electricity is nearly it's renewable. That's the amazing thing. We're getting plenty of wind. We're getting plenty of solar. How much of the UK electricity is renewable? So in 2020, renewables accounted for more than 43% of the UK's total electricity generated. And that was in 2020. So 2 years on, we've got to be close to 50% at least. And that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. I've not yet. That we had fires recently in London, didn't we? To be fair, I didn't really hear about it, but it was quite devastating apparently. But that's climate change. We've got to do something. We've got to do something, because it's not the Earth that's dying. It'll be us. It'll be all the life on the Earth. It's not us. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Things are getting more extreme. Temperatures getting more extreme. It's tough to think about, and I bought solar panels not to make my money back, because I wasn't assuming I'd make my money back. I got solar panels because it's the right thing to do. I had the money, and yeah, you get the odd benefits where you are saving money over a longer period of time. But I just thought it was the right thing to do. We want an electric car because, one, it will cost us less to fill up. It won't be using fossil fuels and combustion engines. It's quick as anything. They're quick and fun to drive. So it's multiple things, So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I think they're brilliant. But yeah. Energy. So energy prices obviously are disgusting here as well. They really are disgusting. They've gone up so bad, and it's going up everywhere. It's energy prices have gone up everywhere, basically, and they can blame all this different stuff, the war in Ukraine, COVID, and whatever, Brexit and all that. They can blame everything. However, these gas and oil companies are making record profits. It's disgusting. And actually, through that roughly 50% of renewables that we're making and producing in electricity over here, we are still having to pay. I'm on 100% electricity, renewable electricity in my house, and we still have to pay for the non-renewable price, which is mad. It's absolutely mad. It's disgusting, really. But yeah, I don't know. It's just life is. I'm not gonna lie and say life has got tougher financially, because me and Charlie work really, really hard to make sure it doesn't affect us financially. So we're not on the breadline. We're not on the breadline, and because we work so hard. But some people are on the breadline, and through no fault of their own. The ones that I'm talking about, no fault of their own. Oh man. So I feel sorry for them and these politicians that aren't doing anything. Even if it's looking at the fuel prices, our country didn't reduce VAT. So as prices are going up, the VAT stays the same. The VAT gets bigger. It's disgusting. Our MP, we could do Aaron, but it's not going to change anything. The Tories are in government. What do you expect? It's crazy. It's crazy everywhere, though. This is the thing. So I always say this. I'm going to say this, that this is something that often I think when Labour were last in charge, Labour, when they left government, there was a global financial crisis. The Tories feel it necessarily to say it was the Labour's fault. And what? It's a global financial crisis. So now can we say, when the Tories now leave government, can we say, oh, well, you left the country in a mess financially, even though it's a global financial crisis? It's a tough one. Can you not bark, please, over there? Do you want to say hello? Come here, then. Come here. Me? Come here. Not you. I'm not giving you attention. I want Leanie. See, this is where these conversations take us. Just moaning about the government and fuel prices and whatnot. We need to go somewhere else. We need to go to a different conversation, really. Yeah, global. It is a global problem. It really is. So I'm just catching up with some comments. Yeah. Not long. No, it's probably just the sun. I don't think it is any brighter, but it's just the sun. My hairs on my arms go blonde as well when it's sunny. But no, I have not bleached my hair. The trip. So we've still not done any planning. We've booked the first couple of nights. We've booked grand final weekend, and we've booked the last night, and that's all we've done. I'm still in sort of limbo at the moment. Still sort of not knowing where I need to be at what times, because obviously wanting to go and watch the grand final if I can, or watching one of the prelim games for the AFL. I don't know where they're going to be held. I don't know when they're going to be. Well, I know they're 16th and 17th, I think, but I don't know where they're going to be. So I don't know at the moment. I'm a bit flustered. So it's a tricky one planning at the moment, if I'm honest. Can you be quiet? We've got outside. I don't know why it's on a Sunday, but we've got OpenReach, which is a company of BT that do all the phone lines and everything under the roads, and they're outside and they're all chatting, and it's like the dog hears it and goes crazy. Well, yeah. So this is the thing. So we're not necessarily planning anything. That's the thing. We've got a rough route. We got a rough route. I said Melbourne, Adelaide to Melbourne, Tasmania, Sydney, Melbourne. But that may get switched around depending. It may end up being Melbourne to Sydney to Tasmania to Melbourne to. I'm really not sure. It's a bit late though. It's a bit late, isn't it, to become a Sydney Swans member when the season's almost finished. No, I'm not, Aaron. I'm not doing the East Coast or the West Coast. I've only got a certain amount of time, and trying to fit it all in is a bit difficult. Hi, Bill. Annoyingly, so well, I say annoyingly. It's sort of annoyingly and sort of not annoyingly. Next Sunday, I was really hoping to be able to stream the Sydney versus Collingwood game, because I think it'd be a really good game. However, me and Charlie are in the last 32 in the country in the National Mixed Pairs Bowls. So, no is the answer, because we have got to go and play the regional finals, the last 32 and the last 16 over in Kent. So we'll be driving over to Kent to play bowls, sadly. Otherwise, I probably would have. Yeah, which is quite a big achievement as well. I tell you what, talking about the Commonwealth, let me have a look now. It was pretty close. And it's still pretty close. It's only five medals in it. I don't know when the Commonwealth Games ends. When does the Commonwealth end? I don't even know when it ends. But 155 to 150, it's actually pretty close. It is very close. Hello, Sam from England. Sam from England. What an arsehole Sam from England is. Honestly. Oh man, yeah, I know. I do wanna have a game of bowls over in. I do want to have a go at bowls when I'm down there, because apparently the greens are a lot faster. So that would be really, really interesting. Yeah, that would be really, really interesting to see, because they're meant to be a lot faster. So that'd be good. Yeah, I've not watched any of the. I've not really watched any of the Commonwealth Games, to be honest. You don't have to be old to play bowls. All of the best players are young. I promise you. I promise you. Are you, Ryan? Are you? Are you a liar? Oh, thanks, David. David, she may put some Coke in your food. She is into Coke, just so you know, and not Coca-Cola. Actual Coke. I'm not a fan of Nigella. I don't really think Nigella's that great, if I'm honest. I'm not a fan. Sorry. Yeah, I said Nigella's never really done it for me. No. Oh, so it ends tomorrow. So England have still got a chance of beating the Aussies. You only did well in the swimming, didn't you? That's the only thing you did well in the Aussies. So yeah, right. What have we got planned? I don't even know what we got planned. Next week, got What have I got doing next week? I don't even know what I'm up to next week, to be honest. I got a game of bowls on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm just looking at my diaries. I haven't really got anything. Oh, I've got a Whitchurch. I've got a bowls triples final to play on on Saturday, and then the mixed national mixed last 32 on Sunday. So I've got bowls 5 days. 5 days out of the 7. Imagine having webbed feet and not being able to wear flip-flops. That would be a disaster, wouldn't it? An absolute disaster. Quite funny. Would be quite funny. Good to take the mick out of. So yeah, I haven't really got a lot planned. Charlie is at a car boot sale at the moment. Rodeo, Skull and Crossbones got a rodeo to go to next week. Nice. I've got to hold it against you, Aaron. If you're an American, mate, got to hold it against you. Sorry, buddy. But you need to sort your crap out, honestly. Bloody Yanks. Probably not, Cal. Probably not. I'm very sophisticated in that sense. Don't worry, Michael. We're not going into the bush. I don't think we're going into the bush anyway. We're staying on the beaten track. I think. I don't know. That's not very nice, is it? That's not very nice. Don't be horrible about Tasmanians. So, yeah, I didn't react to barefoot bowls. I did a video about Aussies being barefooted. But I do hear, yeah, you do barefoot bowls. I've played bowls with bare feet, just not in a sort of... It's only like a social thing when you do that. You can't do it in a league game or anything like that. Unbelievable. Well, I don't even know what I'm going to say now. We need a topic change. Need a topic change. I need to put a poll up. Okay, I need to think of a poll. All right. My poll should be... What poll can I do? I'm trying to think of a poll that we can do. Alright. Okay, my poll. Right, poll is coming up. The poll, first of all, is... Okay. The poll is... Who is your favourite out of the 3 pets? Is it Lena the dog? Is it Pixie the cat? Or is it Astro the cat? Get your votes in. There we go. There we go. Oh, no one's... Okay, get your poll. Yeah, polls there. Get voting. Dog, cat, or cat? That is the question. That is the question. The poll's up there. You've got to click. You've got to click. 9 votes in. 55%. 29 votes in, literally all of a sudden. 55% for Pixie. Good old Pix. I've not, Samantha. No, I didn't see that. That sounds quite funny. Yeah, Pixie is good. There's no point in telling me. You've got to vote. The vote's up there. 35. No, there is Naughty Dog there. That's not Lena. Stream much. It was watching Aussie Rules football stream match, and that then got me into Australia and learning about it and, well, planning a trip, booking flights. Hang on. Not sure what she's doing. That's not Lena, but that's Poppy that's staying with us. She's a little bit weird. Cats are amazing. No, Astro's the cat. Astro's the fluffy cat. Okay, 45 votes in. 45 votes in. 51 for Pixie. 29 for Lena. And poor old Astro only on 20%. Poor boy. I don't know. It's just a skull. Just a skull. Pixie and Astro are both black cats. Pixie is short hair, and Astro is fluffy hair. Nice. Poor old Astro. Fuel. Petrol's about £1.76, and diesel's about £1.80 something. Crazy expensive. He's probably upstairs or outside somewhere. He has made appearances, if that helps, and he has made appearances in some of the videos, but he is a bit of an arsehole. A funny arsehole, but he is an arsehole nonetheless. You can only pick one. Yeah, he's okay, Melissa. Yeah, Astro's who I got for Charlie as a surprise. Because I'm so lovely. Like, really lovely. A litre. Bill. About 185 for a diesel for a litre. So yours is about half the price as ours. Yeah. Yours is a hell of a lot cheaper than our fuel. I can tell you that for nothing. What have I been watching? I don't even know what the cost of a price of milk is. I just buy it. I don't buy milk that often, but I don't really know what a cost of milk is. Don't know. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't know. What have I been watching at the moment? So we've just finished watching Miriam Margolyes's Almost Australian. We watched that. Charlie fell asleep during the third episode, so I was annoyed and said, right, I'm turning it off. So we will finish that. We've just finished watching that. What else have we been watching? Westworld I've been watching. I haven't really been watching any live TV, if I'm honest. Far too busy. I've not been really watching any live TV. Last Leg, we watch The Last Leg every Friday evening with Adam Hills. Love The Last Leg. Yeah, The Boys was very good. Yeah, I watched The Boys on Prime. That's really good. I've probably seen Animal Kingdom. Yeah, it's probably about the same price over here, Bill, for milk. The only problem, some random person, is the season 4 of Westworld is a little bit weird. It's a bit weird. Okay, I'm ending the poll. I've ended the poll and Pixie won. Even though she keeps being chased by Poppy, the Jack Russell that's staying with us. Which is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I just watched you and 2,000 other Americans. What? I don't understand, Rowan. How? Don't understand at all. I said I just haven't really had time to watch. During the summer, During the summer, honestly, we just play bowls. Bowls, bowls. It's ridiculous. Bowls and work, filming for the vlog, and we just don't have time to watch TV. It's just ridiculous. Really is. God, my lips are dry. Hold on. Stand by. Oh, now my lips are all pink. Oh, man. I've got to rub that in. Otherwise, that looks a bit girly. Hang on. I did Hasta La Vista. As I said at the start of the video, I actually did that I Am Australian video a couple of weeks ago. But it got a copyright claim on it, so it was under dispute. And so I thought I'd better, I better post it today either way, you know, because I think it was good timing for it. David, does Charlie play bowls? She does play bowls. She is. She got selected for the county. She's the first player at our club that has been selected for the county, which is pretty impressive. And I play with her in the national competitions. And that's what we're in the last 32 for. Is Sandman any good? Never heard of it. Top Boy was good. Never heard of it. I should get a beer, really, shouldn't I? That's a good shout. Hang on. I've finished. Hold on. It's nearly 12 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, as they say. Right, I'm going to get a cider. Hold on. That's your fault. Okay, this is your fault. I am getting a cider, okay? As it's a Sunday, I suppose. Well, so the national mixed pairs, we're in the last 32 of England. We need to win 2 more games to get to the last 8, and we get to Leamington, basically where the Commonwealth's being played. And really, it's about just getting to Leamington, just to put our names out there. It does. David, you're so right, mate. The problem is, lip balm, it sort of helps your lips, but also makes you need it all the time. And I've got awful lips. Sort of. Good man, good man. I've gone for Old Mout. This is actually Charlie, so I've nicked it. Strawberries and apple. I like a fruity cider. I am ignoring Cow Travels for his filth. Absolute filth. Is it still hot? Yeah, it's okay. It is hot today. The temperature is going back up as well. It was about sort of 25-ish, and now it is going up. 32 next Thursday and Friday. Nice. Very nice. I want some questions. Get asking me some questions. Also, if you haven't already, we've got, nearly 60 people in here. There's only 40 likes. So if you haven't already, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe as well. Make sure you subscribe. These streams are now going to be subscriber-only chats. So if you're not a subscriber, you can't join the chat. So please hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the vlog channel. We're so close now. We are so close to the 1,000 mark on our vlog channel. And I'd like to think you guys would enjoy some of our vlogs, whether it's learning about different places that we live, whether it is learning about me and Charlie's life. Please get us close to the 1,000. The link is in the description. I've just put the link for our vlog channel in the chat as well. Be awesome. Be awesome if you could subscribe to that. That would be incredible. Very, very good of you. Yeah, I have been using the Paw Paw. I did use the Paw Paw, but bloody Charlie's got it at the moment. But that is quite good. The Paw Paw is very good. Rowan, I do not stay buff. I am getting a dad bod, and I am not a dad. That is how bad it is. Thanks, Jenny. For our vlogs, it's been amazing because it's meant we had to go and do stuff, and we've explored places that we never have been to, places that are on our doorstep that we would have never thought of visiting and going to. So the vlogs have been great, just for us, just for our marriage, because it's just got us out of the house, got us away from the norm. You know, we post a video every Saturday. Scratch that. This week we did it on a Sunday. That was please do subscribe to the vlog channel. Mean a lot. Would mean a lot. So, Adam, so it never actually reached 40 degrees where I was. I think it reached about 33, 34 in Hampshire. The actual hottest was in Yorkshire, which is crazy. But no, it never actually got to about 33 here, which was okay. It was hot, but it was okay. It wasn't unbearable because it was a dry heat. It's much worse when it's a humid heat like we normally get. Have you ever been to a baby shower? I was forced to go to one this weekend, and they made us sniff baby's food that had been placed inside nappies. Effing weird. So I've seen all this. That is very much a new thing, isn't it? A baby shower. I think Charlie might have gone to one, but they do all this weird stuff. You're so right, mate. You are so right. It's weird. Have I found any good walking tracks there? Do you mean like paths, walking paths, or do you mean walking songs? If you mean walking paths, then we did a really, really good, I loved doing it, literally at the back of my house, more or less. There is I'm going to find and link it for everyone. There is an amazing path that goes from Southampton to Winchester. Finding it, hang on. So I'll put it in the post. It goes from Southampton to Winchester, and it is beautiful. It is lovely, and that was one of my favourite vlogs we've done. Do you think there's Sean says, do you think there's a reason for people around the world getting crazier is from the world spinning faster? Social media is a part of it, but I think possibly people have always been idiots, to put it bluntly. Yeah. Oh, 50 degrees. Melbourne's got 50 degrees 5 times in the last decade. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Adam asks, how long in time would it take to drive south to north and east to west? I think to drive from where I am to Scotland, it takes about 9 hours. And I wouldn't do it. I would fly if I had to do that. David, I probably wouldn't get me started on iRocker because he's a joke. He's a joke. An absolute joke. An American that is happy about everything. Oh my God, I can't stand him. I can't stand the guy. I think he's a dick, to put it bluntly. And he just pretends to love everything. He pretends to love everything. That's all I'm saying. Can't stand the guy. Think he's a knobhead. Makes me so cross. It makes me so cross because Australia, and I'm going more now. It's the fact that he's a Yank, right? He's a Yank that pretends to like everything, right? That start off with annoys me, okay? But also is the fact that you guys try and always say, oh yeah, we don't want to be like Americans. These Americans, they're ignorant. And you guys keep watching him. You keep watching him. Being ignorant. He doesn't try and learn anything. Oh, that's it. I'm done with him. I'm done. I can't mention him anymore. Can't stand him. Now I feel a little bit annoyed and angry. Yeah, but all Americans can seem to be nice guys. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just a... Oh, man. My wife's hot. Alright? So, yeah. Let's move on from him. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. And now Charlie's been in the chat and she's heard me moaning. Hi, Xavier. I would prefer if you supported a better team than Man United, like maybe Southampton. Not that they're any better, but yeah. He has been given more Tim Tams. Eileen, the difference is, though, he feels it necessary to put a P.O. box on his description, expecting people to send him stuff. I never expect anyone to send me anything. If people want to, they can come to me directly and ask for my address, and I find out a little bit more about that person. But I don't put my P.O. box down, just expecting parcels to be sent to me. So, yeah. I watched the Castle movie. I just downloaded it myself. Sadly, Cal, the difference is... look. It's I do whatever I can to learn. If you look at my recent series, okay? Look at my recent series on looking at the characters on the banknotes for Australia. I love to learn. I love I love to learn and find out about all the details of things. I love to analyze things, whether it's looking at the sports videos, whether it's looking at the referee videos, the rugby referee videos, the referee umpire videos. I'm going as deep as I can because I want to learn. I want to dive into it, and I don't think you get that from others. That's what annoys me, basically. And you can like it or not. That's fine. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Exactly, Ryan. When I got into rugby, I never liked rugby because at school I got absolutely flattened by the biggest kid around, right? Got flattened. And I'm a football referee, played football, and I when I started learning about rugby and realizing, it is a game for everyone, and the respect that the respect that rugby referees get, and then I started following London Irish. I went to a London Irish game. I wanted to go and live that. With Australia, we are booking a trip. We've booked a trip to Australia, and we're coming because I'm desperate to watch AFL. I'm desperate to watch AFL, and it's just I just think that I'm doing what I can to involve myself a little bit more, rather than just getting the money in. If that makes sense. What I've made from YouTube, I'm putting straight back into YouTube. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying it. Look, I'm just saying it as it is, and that's me. If you don't like it, that's fine. But it's just me, sadly. Oh, that's good. Sunderland. That's a little bit better, Xavier. That is a little bit better going for Sunderland rather than Man United. Who have Man United even got today? Who have Man United? I'm just looking now. Because Southampton got absolutely destroyed yesterday by Spurs. That was embarrassing. They got Brighton. Liverpool drew against... that's fine. If you think I'm being a hypocrite, Cal, that's absolutely fine. I would like to say I know the ins and outs of, for example, the financial situation. So, yeah. Leicester, Brentford, Man United, Brighton. Maybe Brighton might be able to pull an upset. West Ham, Man City. That might be a good game. Oh, God. Matt, Richard, I would love to. So we're going for a tour of the MCG, I think on the Wednesday we come down. And Yeah, we're going for a tour on the MCG then. But honestly, I would love to be at the MCG for a sellout game. That is the goal. That is the goal, all right? That is the goal. I don't think, Hasta La Vista, I don't think many people would have predicted... I don't think many people would have predicted Fulham to draw against Liverpool and be in the lead. So, yeah, that was interesting. I didn't, Ryan. I did see Man United were down in Australia. It wasn't just them. Were Everton in Australia as well, I think. I think Everton were down in Australia as well. I think it was Man United and Everton. Might be wrong with Everton, but I can't remember. Cannot remember. What's QV? I've never even heard of QV, Dave. Yeah, Everton are rubbish. Adam asks, how many leagues do they have in England with football? A lot. A lot. Bearing in mind, it's basically sort of a pyramid. So when it's Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, Conference, and then the pyramid starts. And there are a lot of teams, a lot of leagues. A Collingwood... Cal, I'm not sorry either, buddy. I just say it as it is, mate. Alright? That's... Disagree, agree, that's fine. I just saying it as it is. Collingwood overachieving, in my opinion. Collingwood overachieving. I think Collingwood seem to have that team spirit. That's what I would go with. They seem to be having that team spirit that can kind of get them through games. And they've scraped through games, haven't they? Collingwood have scraped through, but a win is a win. So I think that... No, I don't think they are overachieving, because I think the team spirit is helping them. That's what's helping them. And I think whether we like it or not, whether anyone likes Collingwood being where they are or not, I don't know. But they sadly deserve to be there. They found that consistency, you know? So, that's... Yeah, Collingwood deserve to be where they are. They do. Samantha, it's funny how you want to come here and all I have ever wanted to go is go there. I have a friend who moved from England to here, told my daughter 8 years, she said, why on earth would she do that? So, right. Now, I've not been to Australia. There are plenty of good and bad things about England or the UK. I just think that in the UK, we could do with more sun. There's a reason why we're seen as being grumpy, because we don't have much sun, and sun makes people happier. That is what it is, I think. And I think that's what draws people to somewhere like Australia, because Australia is seen as being a hot country. And granted, it gets cold sometimes, depending on where you are. But I just think we need some sun. Just need some sun. What did I say when I said sadly? Because I know I said sadly, but I can't remember what reference it was in. Yeah. I would love to come to... So, I tell you what, we would really like to go to Southeast Asia. I'd love to go to Southeast Asia, whether that includes Cambodia. We'd love to go to China, Singapore. Would love to do that. Really, really would love to do that. That is on the list of things to do. Definitely. But it's having time to do it. That's what it is. It's having time to do it, really. It does. It's been interesting. It's been interesting because this summer I've definitely noticed it, that we were looking forward to the sun coming, and I'm a tiny bit grumpy. I'm a lot grumpy, Megs. I don't mind. I am really grumpy. What was I saying? Yeah, so I did notice it with the sun this year, that it gets you up nice and early. You know, it makes you wake up. It does get you up, you know, and it gives you the energy. But it saps your energy late in the afternoon. It really does. Yeah. I don't know if you guys notice this, but it definitely makes you more tired in the afternoon having sun. So, Malaysia, I'd love to go to somewhere like Malaysia as well. I really, really would. I just love the culture, the food. The food, it definitely is the big thing for going to Southeast Asia. The food, amazing. My uncle went to Vietnam many years ago. Yeah, she went. He went there years ago. No, I don't know. Maybe I just think the sun drains you. Lack of vitamin D. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. The lack of vitamin D. In the summer, we actually take vitamin D tablets because, yeah, it's a big thing. I don't think people realise. I don't think people realise the lack of vitamin D, how bad that is for you. And especially in a country where we don't get much sun, take those tablets. Take those vitamin D tablets. See, even Chandler from America, he's saying, bye Adam. He's saying it's tough. It's tough. This is it during the summer. I feel sorry for people like scaffolders, people that work on roofs, people that work in kitchens. I feel so bad for them. It must be really, really tough. I'd love to go to Japan. Love to go to Japan. Megs, if you like Japan, James May, who used to present Top Gear, now does the Grand Tour, whatever it is. He did a really, really good. I think it was on Prime. He did a really good little series down in Japan. That was really good. So that's worth watch. James May, Man in Japan, or something like that. I think. If you've got evidence of it being debunked, then feel free to share it, because I like facts. Do I get Arnott's Tim Tams in the grocery stores? No, we don't get Tim Tams in the store, which is funny because old Boris said we were going to. We were going to get Tim Tams and you were going to get penguins. I'm yet to see Tim Tams. So no. No. Butterscotch. I like butterscotch. You don't get much butterscotch. It's quite, with all due respect, it's quite an old person's taste. However, I love butterscotch. Yeah, I love butterscotch. Yeah, I don't resent people that work in kitchens, in the hot. It's crazy. We did go to there's a what's her face? There's a South African store in Southampton, and they've started selling Tim Tams, but like stupidly expensive. All right, hi Jordan. I want more questions. I want more questions. Hit me up. Oh, Kate. Kate is just. Kate, you're going to stir things if you say penguins are better than Tim Tams. You are going to stir things in this chat. Hi Armageddon's Fire. Nice to have you here, buddy. Any favourites of what alcohol do I drink here in the UK? I am a cider drinker. I drink cider because cider is the only thing that properly tastes nice, in my opinion. Inch's cider is really nice at the moment. I like the fruit ciders like Recorderlig. If I'm going to have spirit, I would be either Southern Comfort lemonade and lime or an amaretto and cranberry juice. Quite sweet, but I got a sweet tooth. That is what I would be drinking. Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd break into a distillery. Daffy turns to Elmer and says, "Is this whiskey?" Elmer says, "Yeah, but not as whiskey as wobbling a bank." God. Awful. Awful. Hi, Jeff. Penguin is like a Tim Tam. It's like a chocolate coated biscuit. Castle. Do you have any around where you are? As in Castle Beer? I think so. No. No. Cider goes in the fridge. The only thing I think you would have at room temperature is red wine. But no, it does go in the fridge. This has been in the fridge. I don't drink gin and tonic. I think gin and tonic is very trendy at the moment, isn't it? It's very trendy. Summersby, I assume you mean. Summersby cider. That's all right. I like Summersby. Yeah, I like Summersby. See you later, John. Hi, Jake. Why did I choose Melbourne and Adelaide, Cal? I chose Melbourne and Adelaide because of the AFL. But basically, it's sort of between the bowl seasons, and the AFL Grand Final is obviously probably going to be Melbourne. So that's why. Yeah, that's why, mainly. Yeah. No other real reason. Ryan, yeah. Southern Comfort, lemonade and lime cordial. Amazing. Perfect summer drink. Promise you, perfect summer drink. Thanks, Shane. Your beard is looking a bit Amish at the moment. Thanks. Thank you very much. Oh, no castles as in beer, but as in fortifications. Yeah, there's loads, Samantha. Loads of castles around. Plenty. Not all in good condition, but there's castles, yeah. It was an easy Swans win, Jake. Easy Swans win, but it was only against North Melbourne. I wouldn't know, Ben. I don't know what New Zealand beer there is, to be honest. So I wouldn't know. I doubt it. Oh, Strongbow is the worst, Ryan. Strongbow is cheap and nasty and like has a really acidic battery taste at the back of your throat. Never go Strongbow. It is vile. Ugh. As a cider drinker, I know Strongbow is vile. Ugh. Disgusting. I did. Yeah. So we had, as I said, if you haven't watched the vlog, I mentioned it. We actually had 3 cats before we got Lena. We had Soko, named after Southern Comfort. And yeah, she had to be rehomed because she didn't cope with the other two. She was weeing and hiding and really struggled. But yeah, I did. Named it after Soko. Barry, I would say I am sort of centre-left, mate. I'm not on the right side of things, if that helps. I am centre-left. Hi, Len. Well, I don't mind. You drop in. That's cool. Thanks, buddy. Hi, Aussie bloke. Nice to have you here. I'm very good. Yes, Strongbow is the Fosters of cider. Vile. I remember when Recorderlig was first out in supermarkets. It was in Asda, and they were selling a bottle for about £1 each, and it was incredible. I used to stock up loads, and then as soon as it started going into places like pubs, the bloody price rocketed in supermarket. It was really depressing because Recorderlig is really nice. Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Coming from a non-drinker, are you a Coke or a Pepsi man? I am a Coke man. Pepsi just has a weird taste. I'm definitely Coke. Definitely. Yeah. David, I'm political, I'm opinionated, so yeah, that's why this channel sort of works, because it's about me reacting to things and giving my opinions. Yeah. Favourite song? I don't think you can have a favourite song, can you? Favourite song? I don't have a favourite song. I have favourite bands, plural, like Sum 41. Sum 41 are probably my favourite band, but I listen to so much variety, you know. I don't think you can have a favourite song, if I'm honest. It has to be the sugar-free, the Black Coke. Yeah, Black Coke. What's that in the display case behind you? Warhammer gaming stuff or something else? Yeah, it's Orcs. A load of Orcs, but I haven't played since before COVID. I just haven't got round to playing before COVID, since COVID, so that is what is in the case. Don't have a favourite DJ. Unless it's Fatboy Slim. There you go. Fatboy Slim. Songs that describe me the most. Songs that... I think you would have to give me that one. You would have to tell me what song describes me the most. You're a bitch, but I love you anyway. My Bowling for Soup. Len, honestly, such dad joke. Cheers, Rowan. Cheers, buddy. Isn't it funny when you go to restaurants, for example, or like Burger King does Pepsi, don't they? And McDonald's do Coke. But it's funny if you really want a Coke, but they've only got Pepsi, or you want a Pepsi and they've only got Coke. I'm not really a Led Zeppelin person, if I'm honest. I'm certainly more indie rock or punk pop. That's my sort of main genre. I don't even know what Accidentally Kelly Street is. I don't even know what that is. Come on, keep these questions up. We're going down a weird path, but keep these questions up. I don't even know what it is. I'll have to look at it. Hang on. Accidentally Kelly Street. Let's quickly do it. Got to be careful of copyright though. I might get my stream shut down. I'm going to look for it now. Okay, I've lost what it's called. Accidentally Kelly Street. It's not the most exciting of songs, if I'm honest. It's not the most exciting of songs, if I'm honest. What's my worst injury? I have torn my hamstring before. That was painful. You know when they say about when you pull your hamstring, you hear the snap? I really did hear the snap. That was uncomfortable, and that more or less stopped me playing football because I couldn't quite recover. Yeah, I don't recommend tearing your hamstring, okay? Just so you know. It's not nice. See you, Samantha. It's so awesome to have everyone in here. Honestly, it really, really is awesome to have everyone in here. Thank you so much for actually creating. This is what I say about these. It's you guys are creating the conversation. I have nothing really planned to speak about because I want you guys to be a part of it. So thank you so much. Keep the questions coming in. It's brilliant. I'll do my best to answer them as well. Do my best anyway. Well, it's our main sport, I suppose, Aussie bloke. I was good at football, but yeah, it got a bit tough when I get injured and muscle strains, and it just got harder and harder. Oh man, Rowan, that sounds uncomfortable. Oh, that's bad. Now everyone's telling me they're awful injuries. Oh, man. Meg's got hit by a car when she was 15. Oh, man. Honestly, some of these, everyone's telling me. I've not, actually. So, yeah, I did. So, I've got a guy, Matt Bond, who subscribes and chats to me, and he's very musically in the music industry, and he recommended me looking at Tommy Emmanuel. So when I watched it, I didn't know what it was about. I know the song was called Initiation, but I didn't know what it was about. And so I didn't have any perceived kind of messages in it. So I thought, what is it bringing to me? What in my mind is it creating? And so hopefully the story that I sort of created, that the music did in my head, hopefully that was sort of made sense and actually worked with the music. And what is great about music, especially music without lyrics, is that it's so subjective and you can create these images in your head. I think it's brilliant. Ryan, I don't really have any worries or anything of concerns about long haul flight, if I'm honest. I'm really looking forward to the flight. Really looking forward to the flight. I'm not a cricket person, Richard, if I'm honest. Not really a cricket person. Len says, I came to an AFL watch along and thought it was pretty cool. Now my team is buggered. I have to live through others. Oh, that's funny. Rob, what have been your highlights of your life to date? Was it meeting and falling in love with Charlie? I suppose so. I was on a dating show. I was on a dating TV show. That was really exciting. That was fun. That was really fun. That's probably one of the most fun I've had being on a TV show. That was cool. Do you watch Doctor Who? I love Doctor Who. Love Doctor Who. I don't know if I do, Ozzy, if I remember Matt Smith playing football in Doctor Who. Don't know. Hi, Rodney. Yes, David. I'm hoping that almost every day of our trip, we'll be filming content for our vlog channel. I expect the content that we get from our vlog channel will last months, because it will be almost every day that we film. So that's why people need to be on the vlog channel to watch what we're doing in Australia. And also, on this channel, on the reaction channel, I'll definitely be doing a fish and chip reaction, see how good it is compared to the UK, and also a Golden Gay Time. Oh, I can't wait for a Golden Gay Time. I'll do a reaction of that as well on here. When did I get my first tattoo? I got my first tattoo when I was 18. It was, you can sort of see, it's a Reiki symbol, but I didn't really like it, so I got Joey instead. Oh, see, Cal's had 15 dislocations. I really wouldn't have wanted that. That sounds awful. And isn't it true that once you've dislocated, say, your shoulder, or your arm, it can always happen again, and it's a little bit more sensitive to it. Thanks, Dave. As I said, Dave, the video was actually done a couple of weeks ago, and it was claimed for copyright, and I disputed it because of what I've added to it. And I just thought I'd better release it today, just because obviously Judith died, and I think it was quite fitting because I love the song, and I love the message in it. So I actually had filmed it before I knew she had passed away. Hi, Samantha. Oh, that's the awful thing, Megs. The driver, especially if it's a complete accident, awful for the driver as well as the person that got hit. Hi, number one fan. So I'm catching up on messages. Oh, I'm way behind. Yeah, that is a good thing. Free alcohol the whole time. I don't know how much alcohol I can drink, but if I'm trying to keep up with time zones, then I want to fall asleep about 2 o'clock afternoon date for me. So I might need to drink quite a lot just to make me go to sleep, and then that will put me in sync with Australia. I'll tell you one thing, David. John Farnham is a little bit annoyed with reactions to his videos, because a lot of reactions to his videos aren't actually adding anything, and it's just like, oh yeah, I really like this, and they're not adding anything. John Farnham is not impressed with a lot of the reactions. I can tell you that. I don't think so, Kerry. I've never been on a long haul flight, so I don't think they give you pajamas. They might give you kind of an eye mask. It's good to hear, Cal. That's good to hear. I've never dislocated anything, but I know how nasty it can be. And I was always under the impression that it would get tougher and more likely to dislocate once you've done it once. But that's good if surgery's fixed it. I suppose so. Very British. Yeah, I do say that quite a bit, actually. Hi, Joe. Jake was on a TV show as well. Ryan, it's incredible. I've said this before. It's humbling. It is truly humbling to be able to live stream. I'm the only one that's talking and audibly. And have people from around the world. Look, we had Cambodia, we got Australia, we have people from the UK, we got people from the United States, we've got people from New Zealand, we've got people from around the world all in one place chatting. Because of me, It's humbling and crazy. It really, really is. It's incredible. It really is an incredible feeling. Hi, Beth. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, me and Charlie did meet on Plenty of Fish, the dating app. She was a pain in the ass. I didn't think we would ever get married. But we are. Nice, Mandy. You had a radio show recorded live from your bedroom and you won a mattress. Nice. That is your claim to fame. Well, I will also test it, Ozzy. If your fish and chips are better than ours, I will also test it, okay? Oh, man. Everyone is chatting so much. I'm going to lose some people. Hang on. I'm sort of way behind. Sorry. So this is the guy Matt Bond, who I message and who's in the music industry, knows John Farnham, and he's just not happy. So this is the message. I'm just the messenger here, but he's apparently not happy that people aren't actually adding enough and aren't giving enough feedback or aren't kind of breaking down the music and giving enough to change the initial content, the original content. Apparently, just the messenger. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense on John Farnham. Not me, but the guy that I speak to is friends with him. Just so you know. Just the messenger. Have I watched Bondi Rescue? The amount of dislocations, Rob. You and Charlie are awesome. Otherwise, no one would be here. Thanks, Megs. I know I'm opinionated, and people don't necessarily all like my opinion sometimes. But it is all done with. Never mean to offend anyone necessarily. Sometimes I do. But yeah. Have I watched Bondi Rescue? Probably on like Channel 5. I'm sure Channel 5 over here used to do it. I'm sure. Can anyone hear that drilling or sawing outside? If you can hear the sawing, I'll shut that door. Let me know if you can hear that annoying noise. Can you get sponsored being over 10k subscribers? Yeah, I've been sponsored. I've had VPN and app games and the wallet that I still use, Ridge Wallet. I got sponsored for that. I still use that. I butchered the Lamington. No, I didn't. It wasn't that bad. Armageddon Fire. One stop I recommend when you go to Melbourne is the Queen Victoria Markets. We are planning on going to the Queen Victoria Markets for sure. Armageddon Fires. I said I am just the messenger on the John Farnham thing. All right. No, it's not Charlie. I don't know what the noise is coming from, but it is quite loud. See you later, Cal. Thanks for joining me, mate. Hopefully I didn't upset you too much. Kerry says, yes, Rob, this is wonderful what you do. Thank you, Kerry. That's really kind. I was volunteer radio announcer for many years and answer questions from audience all over the region. It's humbling and connecting. It really is. Because I never expected any of this. And to be able to do this is just amazing. It really, really is. Thanks, Rowan. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already as well. You can only comment if you are subscribed. I've never heard of someone called Mitch Tambo. Yeah, never seen that one. I don't even know which comment that was, Megs. You're going to have to tell me which comment it was. Without me realising, you have to tell me. Which comment did I respond to? I try and respond to most people. I really do. Because that's what makes the community. That's you guys are watching, you know, because, well, you find some connection with me. So, you know, I've got to do what I can and, yeah, reply to as much as I can, you know. Love dim sum. Love dim sum. Our three favourite food places. Hi Kangaroo. Our favourite food places. We like going for dim sum. A place called Cam's Palace. We love pho, spelt Pho, which is Vietnamese. But I love pho. I said the amazing burger place that we go to. I love an Indian, but never finish an Indian. Yeah, I like the Asian-y type food. I really love Asian food. And that's quite a broad style of food, but hopefully you get the idea. Ah, mate, dim sum. I listen to, every week, I listen to Totally Related by Dave O'Neill and Glenn Robbins. They are always going on about South Melbourne dim sims. Ridiculous. They're always going on about it. Aaron, I did email Fruit Chocks, and they said they love that I enjoy the food, the chocolate, but they're not looking at having anyone as a ambassador or sponsor at the moment. So that's a shame. Yeah, Elizabeth, I think that's what it is. I think that is spot on what you've just said. It's about the meaning of the songs rather than his voice, because that's what music's about. Because people do music, and it's about the meaning of songs, isn't it? Because songs are there to inspire people, to cheer people up, to, you know, all this different stuff to change your emotions. And I think it's looking at the meanings behind them. Pleasure, Megs. Still Fabrics. Who responds to the comments on your vlog channel? You, Charlie, or some combo? It's a mix. It is a mix. It's very much both of us, depending on who's looking at it. You can sometimes tell who's responded. That is, I suppose, the tricky thing with having a sort of a joint YouTube channel. It's hard to tell who is responding to the comments. But it is very much a mix who responds, and I would hope you can work out who responds, with the way it's responded, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Roast pork barn. We've actually had a chicken barn. We've made a chicken barn. Incredible. Yeah, I think there's a way we possibly both speak differently, and obviously I know through text it can be a little bit tricky, but hopefully you guys understand who's responded. See you later, Len. Thanks for joining me, mate. Thanks so much. Hi, Corey. Nice to have you here, mate. Yeah, I do quite often, because he quite often does his top tens, and he does his Simon Whistler does like the history of certain characters and things like that. So I do subscribe to his videos. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm not sure who Josh Kennedy is, to be honest, but Buddy the Brizzy, I think he's going to retire. I think Buddy is going to retire. I don't think he's going to Brisbane. That helps. We've seen James Blunt live. I love James Blunt. He's one of my favourite singers. Both of us absolutely love him. Monsters is a very sad song. You've certainly got to be in that right frame of mind to listen to that, I think. It is very, very sad. He has got a lot of channels, hasn't he, Simon Whistler? He has a lot of channels. I'm still waiting to get enough subscribers for my silver play button, though. So if anyone can share this, share the channel, subscribe and all that. 100k is the goal. I'm not sure if I would call the English accent sexy, but that's partly because I have an English accent. I'm not sure how lovely it is. See you later, Carolyn. Thank you so much for joining. I still need you to change the subject. What subject are we going to talk about next? He is very sad, but he has some really awesome songs. James Blunt really does have incredible songs. And I said, when we went to see James Blunt, when we went to see James Blunt, it was his birthday. So it was the February, literally the month before COVID lockdowns came. And Ed Sheeran came on stage because it was because it was James Blunt's birthday. That was incredible. Really was incredible. Kerry asks, are food boxes delivered to your door and follow a recipe card and cook up your dinner a thing? Yes. Yes, they definitely are. Yeah, we've tried some, but it's just too much effort. It's too much effort. Now we got the Thermomix. It's so easy to do it on there. You can order, for our Thermomix, you can order food directly from the app. And so we don't use it. But yeah, there are HelloFresh and all that. I think they're too expensive. They try and hook you in with really cheap first load of boxes. But nah. Oh, nice. Yeah, do that, Jake. Yeah, do that. Favourite reality TV show? I don't know. I don't really have a reality TV show. I do know Big Brother is coming back next year, I think, to ITV. It was Channel 4, then it was Channel 5, and now it is ITV. So that's exciting. I quite like Big Brother. I've not. My celebrity crush. Alicia Cuthbert. She did The Girl Next Door, and she's done some. I think she's done like CSI something. But Alicia Cuthbert, she is hot. Oh, excellent, Megs. Thank you. Aaron, I don't know. I don't know about starting a family yet. We did mention this in the vlog that we did on our vlog channel. I don't know. I can't tell you. Really can't tell you. Brian Cox is brilliant. Brian Cox is brilliant. If you think about it, right? If you think about it, I am basically doing Gogglebox, right? I'm basically doing Gogglebox. And isn't it weird how you think, why would anyone watch someone watching something? And then I'm there on a Friday watching Gogglebox, you know? It's mad. It is absolutely mad. But Gogglebox is so funny. Really is so funny. And sometimes I don't actually watch the programs that they're talking about because I know enough about it because that I've watched Gogglebox. I've seen a couple of those Tony Robinson's Worst Job documentaries. They're very good. I'll have a look, Corey. I'll have a look. Yeah, don't ask about kids. If you have a TV that is connected, then you have to pay a TV license for BBC. There is sort of no real way out of it. If you use BBC iPlayer on a laptop or a tablet, you have to have a TV license. I've not watched any of Australian Gogglebox. No, I haven't watched that. It is weird. A TV license is weird. However, the BBC is brilliant. Like every day, I listen to the BBC on Radio 2. Watch plenty of programs on the BBC. I use BBC Sport. So the BBC offers so much. You know, it really, really does. Tony Robinson's Time Walked. We finished watching that. That was the 2 series of that. And that makes you realise that actually there is a lot of history in Australia, even if it's not as long as, say, the UK. There is plenty of history. What other shows do I recommend? There's loads. Oh, God. I can't even think. I don't know. There's so many UK shows that you can watch. There's so many. Well, it depends. So, Melissa, obviously, the BBC doesn't have adverts. That's how they get around it. Whereas every other channel has adverts. And therefore, I assume it's like your ABC. I don't know if you pay for that or it comes out from the government. I don't know. Yeah, Would I Lie? Choose Funny. Yeah, that's quite funny. If you watch BBC on your phone, yes, you need a TV license. Any sci-fi? What's sci-fi? I'm looking forward to Lord of the Rings. Really looking forward to Lord of the Rings. I'm just having a look at my TV Time app. If I can find it. What We Do in the Shadows, that series is brilliant, even though it's out early in America and I'm struggling to find it. If you want a good one on Prime, The Man in the High Castle was really good. That was really, really good. See you later, Jake. What We Do in the Shadows. The ending to Series 3, oh, that was an absolute... Did not see that coming. Yeah, I've heard of BritBox. I'm sure they've tried pushing that over here, BritBox, but it's not really... Yeah, I've not watched it. I've not used it. I think it's awful. I've watched some Hard Quiz on YouTube. I've watched some episodes of that on YouTube. I tell you what though, we've just watched loads of Australian. The main series we've watched recently is Australian series. Things like Upper Middle Bogan, Rosehaven was really good. Really enjoyed Rosehaven. Watching Housos as well. That's quite funny. I think with Man in the High Castle, the first series was great. The second and third series were weird and boring, and then the fourth series was great. So it was a weird one. See you later, Corey. See, I've heard about Spicks and Specks, but I've never actually watched it. Yeah, I've never actually watched it. To be fair, Aaron, it's just basically Bogans and whatnot are just our versions of chavs. So, yeah, it makes complete sense. People that want loads of kids to stay on benefits, basically. Got it completely. Really enjoyed it. I think we're halfway through the recent series of what's his face? Why have I forgotten his name? With the flip flops, with the thongs. Why have I forgotten his name? I know his name. Someone's going to tell me, and I can't remember. What is his name? Paulie. No, it's not Paulie. That's not his name, is it? Oh, that's doing my head in. Anyway, yeah, been watching that. So we watched a couple of episodes of Fat Pizza. The quality of it's a bit tricky to watch, but yeah, I will watch it. Seen Russell Coit, yeah, seen Russell Coit. Hi, Janet. Thanks for joining, Janet. Yeah, Fat Pizza is okay. Frankie with the thongs. I'm halfway through that series, the fourth series. Frankie. Okay, all right, okay, got you. What genre of films do I prefer? A mix again. I love the Lord of the Rings. My favourite films are the Lord of the Rings films. Has to be the extended versions of Lord of the Rings. But I love romantic. I really like romantic comedies as well. I'm less of a fan of superhero films, but yeah, romantic comedies. Yeah. I don't mind that. I like romantic comedies when they give you a nice little feel good moment at the end. You know it's coming. And I like that feel-good moment at the end. I've got a sensitive soul. What am I doing today? So Charlie is at a car boot sale. Hopefully she's selling a lot. And then she's got bowls later on. She's got a handicap semi-final and I've got to go mark for her. And that's about it. It's quite a quiet day today. Not a lot going on. So that's quite good. Been quite busy, so... yeah. I've done a shoey before. When I was on my stag do, I did a shoey. I don't know if I still have the picture. I'll try and find it for you. I think it's on my photos. 2016. I'm not sure if I've got it. Don't think I've got it. Thanks, Janet. So we've sort of... Actually, I didn't even mention this. Now I'm thinking of it. I didn't even mention this in the vlog. But we sort of have 2 days for our anniversary. Oh, it was my shoe. Just selling all crap from around the house, basically. No, we'll be out of the house then, Jordan. What's it? Lena. What was I going to say? I can't think what I was going to say now. No, gone. Unless you can remind me. Lena. You're not big and you're not brave. Honestly. Ridiculous. She barks out inside the house behind a door. I'm going to be staying on for another 10 minutes or 9 minutes. I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, 2 anniversaries. Yes, sorry. So basically, when we got married on the Saturday, it wasn't a place that could legally have weddings, but we wanted that day to be our wedding. So the Friday, it was a smart casual. You know, I wore shorts and a shirt. And it was smart casual, and we went to see you later, Lids. We went to a registry office just to sign the paperwork on the Friday, but had our actual day on the Saturday where Charlie walked down the aisle and whatnot. So we sort of have 2 days. We certainly see the 6th of August as our wedding anniversary. But it's nice to celebrate twice, right? You know, it's quite cool. I've seen Summer Heights High. Watched that years ago. That was brilliant. I love Chris Lilly. He's so good. Really, really funny. See you later, Elizabeth. Yeah, people will have work tomorrow, so I'm assuming it's getting a bit later now. Probably coming up to 10 o'clock-ish, isn't it? In Sydney, Melbourne way. No, I've only watched the first episode of. I think it's only the first episode of Fat Pizza that I've watched. How many dogs I've got? I've only got 1 dog, but Poppy down there is staying with us for a couple of weeks. See you later, Cal. Nice having you, buddy. We'll be shooting off at when I've filmed about 2 hours because I need a wee. Maybe I can go for a wee. I'm going to go for a wee now. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hang on. See you later, Melissa. Right, I'll be back in a second. Will you be quiet? Oh, hang on. Charlie's home.
I'm going back out.
Did you reveal how much you made?
I made £45.
£45.
Better than nothing.
£45. See you, Joe.
£45, my little bombo.
That's not very good. Stop.
It's better than nothing, though.
40 all morning for £45.
I know. Got up at like 4:35 for that.
That's awful. That's awful. Getting up very early just for that.
I'll go back in a little bit.
That naughty dog chasing Astro.
Poppy, you're being naughty. Stay in. Stay in a little bit.
Where you going?
You got okay with that?
Alright,
We
bye.
only left halfway through, so we only have one car.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Awful. She's back. She's going out again. But yeah, that is not very successful to only make £45 in a day or in a morning. Hey ho, better than nothing, I suppose. She's gone. She's gone. Right, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome rest of your evening. I'm no doubt I will speak to people next week. Amazing, guys. Thanks so much for joining me once again. You've made the chat what it is. Thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go subscribe to the vlog channel, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.